Hi there, I'm Paddy Byrne, and in this wee video I'm going to show you how to install StudyMate. StudyMate is a wee Power Apps solution that I use to help me study for exams. It consists of a model-driven app and a Canvas app, and you'll see the demo of that later in the video. But this is going to talk you through the installation steps for version 1. So to start off, it's on the GitHub page. So if you go to GitHub, is https://github.com/paddyfreefall/StudyMate. And from there, if you go to the releases section, you'll get the latest release. And you can either download the managed solution or the unmanaged solution. So we're going to install the unmanaged solution in this case. Now I've set up a trial environment, it's a new trial environment to install StudyMate, but you can install it into an existing trial. I definitely wouldn't install it into a production environment for obvious reasons, or maybe it's not so obvious, but I would create a new trial environment for this. So I've created StudyMate test. It doesn't utilise any of the first party apps, it's completely built on the common data services, and so a Power Apps trial will do you just fine. So make sure you're in the right environment again. Go to solutions, and then we're going to import a new solution. And if you browse to the file that you downloaded previously, the unmanaged solution, select it, click next, and then hit import. Now you'll get this currently importing StudyMate version 1.0. We'll let that run in the background because StudyMate actually utilises, it's optional as well, it utilises Azure speech-to-text service. Sorry, text-to-speech service. So you want to set up an Azure Resource to do that as well if you want to take advantage of those features. To do that, open up a new tab, go to portal.azure.com and log in with your Azure subscription. And again, this can be done on a trial. This is done on a trial, it's built on a trial, so you don't need to, it certainly wouldn't do it in a production environment, but you can create a new resource here. And we'll do speech. Click create. This will create a new speech resource in our Azure tenant. We'll give it a name, StudyMate test. I just put the date on because I've got so many of these tests. Choose a location, and I'm going to choose UK South because that's where I'm based. And always go for the standard one. If you go for the free one, it won't work. So go for the standard Azure subscription. To be honest, it doesn't cost that much to utilise this. I mean, I've yet to receive a bill that's over a couple of pence. And then choose a resource group, click create. So that'll go off, that'll create your speech service. And once that's completed, we'll go to resource, and you need to get a few bits of information from here. You need, for the StudyMate app, you're going to need the location and one of these keys. So let's go back to our Power Apps environment and see if StudyMate's finished importing. So the green bar showing now, that solution's finished importing. So let's have a look at what apps you get with StudyMate. If we go to apps, you get a model-driven app, which is StudyMate Admin. So let's launch that. And this allows you to add exams and cards. What we want to do here is if we navigate to app settings, and we're going to create a new record because we want to take advantage of the Azure Cognitive Services speech. It's text-to-speech service. It's the other way around. I keep saying it's speech-to-text. It's text-to-speech we're using. The settings name. Now you have to make this. You have to call this Azure Speech Service because that's the identifier that the flow picks up. So very important. It has to be called Azure Speech Service. The region we get from our Azure portal. So you put that in. Again, very important that you put that in. And you can copy a key for the subscription key as well. So let's say, by the way, these fields have field level security enabled on both of them. So as system admins, we can edit and do what we want and visit and view them, but you wouldn't be able to do that if you weren't part of the field level security profile that's in there. So let's save and close that. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to enable your flows. So let's go to solutions. Let's go into our unmanaged solution. We want to check that our flows are on. So they're both turned on. So that's good because that's the flows that create the audio files that when we run our Canvas app, it'll speak the text back to us. So this is just an empty app. If you run the Canvas app, so if we go to apps and play that, all you're going to get when you click to start to open the app is you get no active exams. So you need to create some exams. But I've actually supplied some sample data for you as well because I did some study for the MV600 exam. So I'll show you how to install the sample data. To do that, you need to download the Dynamics 365 or Power Platform SDK, and it's the data migration utility you need. But it's easier if you just go to this site here. I'll put the URL in the description. You can use this PowerShell script. You run this on your machine, it downloads the tools that you need. So once you get the tools that you need, you'll have this folder here, Configuration Manager, and you'll have, I'll show you what it is. So yeah, it's Tools folder, you have Configuration Manager, you have this Data Migration Utility.exe tool. And that's the one that we're going to run. So download that using the PowerShell script. Then if you go back to the GitHub page, any exam I'll do, I'll post the sample data up there. We've got sample data MB600, and so let's go ahead and download that as well. And we will open folder. We need to extract this. So this file, as you'll see, contains a zip file, which is the actual data, and the MB600 schema. And so from our data configuration migration tool, we're going to run that, and we will import data. Continue. I want to display a list of available organizations because I want to make sure we're in the right one. And I'm going to sign in with a different username and password because I'm in a new environment now. Let me just hunt out the username that I no way can remember. And copy and paste my password in there. And it's this Suddymate test environment, so log into that one and browse to the zip file that you've just downloaded. So the extracted zip file that you've just downloaded. And if you select that mb600_data.zip, it'll pick up the schema because the schema is already in that folder. Import data, and that will import the Suddymate entities. Or the records for those entities, should I say. Once that's done, click exit, back to your Power Apps, and you'll see if I run the Suddymate admin app, we have the MB600 exam in there, the categories that are associated to it, the flashcards that are associated to the categories, kind of link to where we got the information for that from. And then if we launch the where are we? We launch the Canvas app, and this is so what I use this for is I use it on my mobile device. You can see the existing exams, select the exam. We've got active categories and active cards. It tells you how many cards are in the category. And we can click play. And if you have put the Azure Cognitive Services text-to-speech service settings in there, then you'll have this, and it's got an audio file associated with it. You'll have this official button down here, so you can play the audio of that card. And then you can move to the next one. And then as you finish and progress through each of the cards, you'll get to the end of the category. Little finish flag. That'll take you back to the home screen. And so that's it for now. As I said, it's just an MVP, a minimum viable product at the moment that I use to study for exams while I'm on the move. So I hope it becomes helpful. Download it from the GitHub page. I think I've actually just covered everything in the demo anyway. You can create new cards, categories, and exams. So I don't think I'll bother doing a demo one, but I hope that helps. Hope someone gets some use out of that.